Hello, dear students. I welcome you in this lecture for the topic gynoecium, which is also called as pistil. It is the female reproductive whorl of the flower. As you know, students, in the typical flower, there are two reproductive whorl. Whorl number one is a male part that is called androecium, and the whorl number two is called gynoecium, which is called the female reproductive whorl. So it is clear that gynoecium is the female reproductive whorl, female reproductive part of the flower. The individual member or the single unit of the gynoecium is called carpel, which is also called megasporophyll. It means carpels together forms gynoecium. Means gynoecium is the group of the carpel. So carpel together forms gynoecium. The typical carpel has three parts. In a carpel, there are three parts. Part number one is ovary, part number two is style, and part number three is stigma. Ovary, style, and stigma. These are the three parts of carpel, which is the single unit or single member of the gynoecium. If carpels are free, it is called apocarpus. There are some terms in the flower which can be used like apocarpus, syncarpus, uniovulate, and multiovulate. So I am explaining these words. Apocarpus, the flower in which these carpels are not fused with each other. They are not fused with each other. If they are free from each other, then that type of flower is called apocarpus flower. For example, Michelia. If in the flower some carpels are fused, if they are not free, so this type of flower, this type of carpel is called syncarpus flower. For example, brinjal. Paddy, wheat, and mango has a single ovule. Single ovule, because of having only one ovule in this plant, these plants are called uni-ovulate. Uni means one, because they are having only one ovule. Tomato and lady's finger has many ovule, that's why it is called multi-ovulate. So in this slide till now I have explained you about the word gynoecium, which is also called pistil. It is the female reproductive part of the flower. Its single unit is called carpels, means the group of the carpels is called gynoecium. This carpel is having three parts: ovary, style, and stigma. If this carpel is free from each other, then it is called apocarpus. Michelia is the example. If it is fused, it is called syncarpus. Brinjal is the example. If only one ovule is there, if only one ovule is there in the plant, like in the paddy, wheat, mango, it is called uniovulate. If more than one ovule is there, it is called multiovulate. Now I'll explain you about the structure of anatropous ovule. So part of the carpel ovule, which is most important part, because in this part there is a female egg which is the part of the fertilization need for the next generation production. So structure of the anatropous ovule. Structure of the anatropous ovule, it includes three main parts. Part number one is this part, micropyle. Look at this part. And part number two is chalaza in front of this micropyle. If micropyle is here, in front of micropyle, this region is called chalaza, and beside this micropyle there is a stalk like structure which is called funicle. So at beginning, I think all of you should just see about the three part in the anatropous ovule, that is micropyle, which is having an opening. This is the indication, and it is the uppermost part of the anatropous ovule. Here in this ovule, because its position is inverted, that's why you are watching this micropyle in the downward direction. So this is micropyle. In front of micropyle, this region is called chalaza, and beside this micropyle, in the anatropous ovule, there is a stalk-like structure. It is called funicle. And beside this, in this anatropous ovule, there are some layers as a protective layers. You can see here by this green color and by this color. So this protective layer is called integuments, and this is the inner integument and this is outer integument. So these are the protective layer of this structure of this anatropous ovule. Integument, inner integument and outer integument. Inside that, below or beneath this integument or inner to this integument, there is a structure known as nucellus, and in this nucellus there is this blue color circular, almost circular structure is there. It is called embryo sac, and in that embryo sac there are 8 cells present towards the different direction. Out of that 8, 3 are present towards the micropyle side. You can observe these 3. You can observe this 3 cell towards this micropyle direction. Out of that 3, the cell present at the center, it is called egg, and beside this egg there are 2 synergid cell. So out of that 8, 3 are located at the micropyle region, and out of that 3 circular the egg is present at center, and beside that egg there are 2 synergids. Now remaining 3 are located towards the direction of the chalaza, which is the opposite position of the micropyle. Towards the direction of the chalaza, there is 3 cells known as antipodal cells. So dear students, till now I have explained you about the 3 cells present in this embryo sac, 3 towards the micropyle, out of which center there is egg, and beside egg there is synergid cell. 3 located at the chalaza site known as antipodal cells, and remaining 2 are located at the center. It is actually the secondary nucleus. So likewise, 3 towards the micropyle direction, 3 towards the chalaza direction, and 2 at center. Likewise, there are 8 cell structure known as embryo sac, which is located in the region of the nucellus and protected by the integument, outer and inner integument. So likewise, this is the structure of the anatropous ovule. We'll see it its detail. Each ovule develops inside the ovary. As you can see here, this is the structure of a carpel. The uppermost structure is called stigma. This one is called stigma. Below it there is a stalk-like structure. It is called style, and style is attached with this circular structure. It is called ovary. So in a carpel there are 3 parts: this ovary, the located at the base, then this stalk, and this stigma. Ovule develops inside the ovary. This green color structure is ovule, and it is always developed inside the ovary. Dear students, don't forget to subscribe my channel. The channel name is Patel Science Academy, and I'll provide you the link of this channel in the description too. Now about the ovule. Ovule is attached to the placenta by a small stalk called funiculus. So as I told you earlier, if this is the structure of the anatropous ovule, this is the micropyle region, this is the chalaza, and this is funicle, and this funicle is attached with one more structure that is called placenta. So this ovule is attached to the placenta by a small stalk called funiculus. This is that funiculus. This is the body of the micropyle, This is the body of the uh, anatropous ovule, and its ovule is attached with this placenta by this stalk-like structure called funicles. The placement of the place of attachment of the funiculus with the main body of the ovule is called hilum. So, dear students, you can see here this is the body of the anatropous ovule. This is funicle, the link between the body and the placenta, and this body of the ovule is attached with this funicle by this point. That point is called hilum. So hilum is the point of attachment of ovule and funicles. In angiosperm, the most common type of the ovule is anatropous ovule. The micropyle is directed downward, as I told you earlier, and it is present adjacent to the funicle or funiculus. So as you can see here, this is micropyle and it is always downward in direction, because the name of the ovule is anatropous ovule, and it is the speciality of the angiospermic plant in which the micropyle is always located at a downward direction. So adjacent to it there is a funicle. So this is micropyle, this is funicle. The ovule consists of central parenchymatous tissue, the nucellus, and it is surrounded by usually by two protective covering, that is called integument, outer and inner integument. As I told you, this integument is the protective layer of this nucellus, which is the parenchymatous tissue, and it consists of 8 cells inside its embryo sac. So this is this is inner integument, and this is outer integument. A narrow opening of the apex of the ovule is called micropyle, and chalaza is the base of the of ovule directly opposite to the micropyle. Embryo sac female gametophyte in is ovule multicellular structure embedded in the nucellus. So you can see here, this is micropyle, opposite to it this is chalaza, this is funicle, these are integuments, and inside that integuments there is nucellus. Inside that nucellus there is embryo sac, and in that embryo sac there are 3 antipodal cells towards the chalaza sides, 3 cells towards the micropyle sides. Out of that 3, the cell at center is called egg cell, and adjacent to it there is synergid cells, and 2 cells are located as a nucleus as a secondary nucleus at center. So likewise, this is the structure of the anatropous ovule. uh, this is about anatropous ovule. For any confusion, you can comment me and I'll try to solve your problem. But before that, don't forget to subscribe my channel, Patel Science Academy. Thank you very much.